Peace, family. Want to know the first thing to that we have to do to grow your spiritual life and business? Stay tuned. We're going to cover that and so much more. I'm Unc, founder of the Divinepreneur Podcast, the number one show dedicated to helping you evolve your mind, body, and business through spiritual wisdom. For those of you who would like more support, I built a community of over hundreds of people where I do free trainings, workshops, meditations, you name it. If that sounds like something that's up your alley, all you have to do is go to divinetribe.group. Once again, all you have to do is go to the link divinetribe.group. All right, family, see you there. Let's get into the lesson. So, the first thing we have to understand to bring more abundance and success to our spiritual life and business is the spiritual principle of transport. There are three principles to creating more harmony and success in literally any area of life, and transport is the first one. So, today we're going to cover what is the principle of transport, how does it relate to our mind, body, and business, and then what are some simple things that we can do to increase this principle of transport in our life to have that harmony, abundance, and success. So let's get into it. The first thing is, what is the principle of transport? The principle of transport is a universal concept that we're experiencing every single day. The principle of transport is about movement, the movement of things in our life, in our body, in the universe, and in our business. In every aspect of life, this aspect of transferring information, people, or things is very important. And if there's a blockage in the transport of our mind, of our bodily functions, in the street, within nature, we block our abundance. We block the harmony. So transport simply is the process of movement that's happening within all things in the universe, nature, within and without. Okay, so now the question is, how does this principle of transport that's happening throughout nature, that's happening throughout our mind, body, business, and goals, how does it relate? What does it look like? So when it comes to our mind, right, transport is our thinking, the movement of thoughts throughout our mind, right? Communicating with other people, where we're taking our thoughts and we're transporting it, we're moving them to another person, right? So communication is transport. So transport is blocked within ourselves, right? We having a challenge thinking, processing, coming up with ideas. How about the blood and breath in our body? That is transport, right? When we're not breathing deep and properly, or when the blood and circulation is not happening properly, we begin to block the harmony, the ease within our body. And there's a blockage. There becomes or follows this ease, right? And I could give you so many more examples, right? So that's our mind, right? Thoughts, thinking, communication. Our body is the blood flow, the breath. Well, what about our business, right? When it comes to our business, the principle of transport shows up in many ways. The main way is the communication of our message, right? Transport or advertising, right? All the different things to communicate to the mind, the eyes, the body, to the spirit of our potential clients, right? So mastering the transporting your business is mastering your messaging, mastering your content on social media, your emails, right? Making sure that your message resonates with your clients. Another aspect of transporting your business is, how are you getting people, customers to you, right? One of the concepts or terms we use is, how are you getting leads? What is the mechanism that you have in your business, or what is the source that you're utilizing to bring leads into your business? So if there's a blockage in your transport, that's the first principle of life, of your business, of your mind, right? That's the number one principle. So in your business, right, if you're not getting consistent leads, consistent transport of potential clients, you don't have a business. When it comes to your spiritual life and your personal development, right, if you're not taking in information, right, wisdom, books, guidance from elders or whatever, you're not bringing in the inputs that you need to work off of, right? If you're not taking the time to reflect on the thoughts and things that's already moving around in there, you can't grow, right? If it's your relationships, we already know, right? If the communication is there, the relationship isn't there, right? So the principle of transport shows in so many ways. And once you really get them, you just start looking out of life, you instantly see where are the abundant blocks in the things in your life. When you look at a car, man, okay, that's a transport issue. When you look at a relationship, that's a transport issue. All right. So now we covered two things. What is the principle of transport? Right. The principle of movement throughout the universe and our life and our goals. Right. And then how does it relate? We gave examples of our mind, our body, and our business. And now we're going to cover what are some simple things that we can do to increase the principle of transport, right? Or to unblock the principle of transport when it comes to our life and our business. So this is when we have to do some self-reflection. First, we're going to start with the mind. What are some signs and symptoms that your principle of transport when it comes to your mind may be out of balance? Meaning it could be overactive or it could be underactive, right? Or you could just have a total block. So some of the signs and symptoms when the transport of the mind is a block is you notice that you're repeating the same mistakes in life over and over again. The same mistakes in your business, the same mistakes in your relationships, the same mistakes at your job or whatever, right? And this is a consequence of not having proper reflection of what's going on in the mind, right? I did an episode on awareness and how the mind works and the power of awareness, and make sure you go check that out. But pretty much if you're not bringing awareness or yourself, your consciousness to what's going on within, right, that is one of the leading causes of mental blockages or blockages within your transport, right? And so one of the fixes is unplugging. I'm not sure if y'all ever heard of like the dopamine detox or social media detox, but usually the reason we lack the practice of constantly reflecting within on the thoughts that we're having and whatever area you blocked in. See the areas that you blocked in and reflect on your mind. What are your thoughts about this situation? What are the patterns that you showed in the past? What are the behaviors that you showed in the past? And once you bring awareness to it, then you're able to be in control and change the transport, change the thoughts, change the behaviors. So that's for your mind. When it comes to your body, typically what I see when it's blockages within a body and of transport is people being lethargic, right? Or well, how can I put it? It's the whole symptom of I know what I need to do, I know what I want to do, but I just can't get myself to do it. Right? Do that sound familiar for us trying to change a diet, making those calls, to get people into our business or whatever it may be, right? We know what we need to do, but to get our body and our emotions to do what we want them to do, there's the issue, right? So, how you overcome the issues of transport within your body is you move first and then the transport follows, or you take the action first and then the motivation follows, the thoughts follow, right? Energy follows behavior, not the other way around. So what do I mean by that is if you're having a hard time getting yourself to do a thing, right? Because the motivation isn't there, the thoughts isn't there, right? Right. Your thoughts is telling you the opposite. The energy isn't there. Whatever it may be, simply you just got to take the action, right? Take a little micro step of whatever the behavior is. If it's food, if it's going to the gym, whatever it is, if you take the action first, the motivation follows. So what does that look like? That look like you need to exercise. And it's this 30-minute workout routine you've been avoiding. It's for me, right? I'm still getting back to my meditation habit. I know I'm supposed to meditate for 10 minutes, right? Well, all I have are 20 minutes. That's what it really is, right? Well, all I have to do is start the action. I give myself, okay, for the next 30 seconds, I'm going to meditate. For the next 30 seconds, I'm going to do my jumping jacks. For the next minute, I'm finna do everything I need to do to get out the door, brush my teeth, whatever. And once you notice you start the action, the motivation, the energy, and the thoughts follow. All right. So that's how you overcome the blockages of transport in your body. And now lastly, when it comes to your business, how do we increase or overcome or bring balance to the principle of transport in our business? So it depends on what stage you are. I would say a lot of the people listening today, you actively have a service or a business. You do tarot, you're a health coach, you're a career coach, you do mindset work, personal development, whatever. You already have services that you give, right? And you've been honing your skills for a while. And you're probably on social media and doing posts and all these different things. Well, the first thing you can do is get really clear on your messaging. And I'm going to do a whole episode on the principle of transport as it relates to our business, because it's deep within itself. But the first thing is get really clear on your messaging, right? That when you create your social media posts, when you go live, when you do your podcast, when you do your YouTube videos, whenever you present yourself out to the world, the words that you speak resonates with your soul clients, the people who are meant to work with you. That's the first thing. And this is how you do it. I'm just going to give you the first key, right? You must get truly clear on the problem that you solve. So I don't care what skill set you have, right? If it's, you know, meditation, Reiki, fitness, whatever it may be. The question is, what problem do you solve with the special skill or gift that God has given you or that you have cultivated, right? It's the really core problem that people are having is that they can't, they lack the motivation, or they lack the motivation to stay consistent. So if you're a fitness coach and you gave them like all these cool diets and all these different things, but what separates you from everyone else is that you really focus on solving the problem of people being inconsistent. So all your content is like showing you flexing or showing your meal plans like everybody else, but in your messaging, you always talking about the challenge of consistency and all the different methods and things people can do to be more consistent. And then now you stand out from the rest and you resonate with those people that's having that unique problem. Let's say in another fitness or health, that same type of concept. Let's say now you have another person in the fitness or health coaching space, but the true problem that they solve is people who do not like a lot of foods, right? So they can be consistent in whatever it is that they're doing, but the real key is it's just not a lot of foods that they like. So the core issue that you solve as a fitness coach or health coach is helping people still reach their goals, even though they don't like a lot of food. So you help them how to do it with the same foods or some type of nutritional plan. So it's really getting clear on the problem that you solve so you can really resonate and become a magnet to the people that you're meant to work with. All right, family. So I could give you so much more, but that's it for today for the Divinepreneur podcast. Remember, people, stay divine. And if you like a community of like-minded people to get more personal help, remember all you have to do is go to divinetribe.group. Once again, divinetribe.group. Love you, family. And until next time.